everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Panthers going up against the Broncos. With that, I'm proud to introduce our new Madden broadcast team for 2016. Making their regular season debut, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it is indeed an exciting night for all of us on the Madden team, and after a long offseason, we are ready for some football here in Denver. Tonight, we kick off a new NFL season with the opener for 2016 between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And what a spark in Week 1, a rematch of the Super Bowl partner.
And thank you, schedule makers. What a great way to kick off the season. These two getting back at each other. Denver, they did it all with defense last year. Now we want to see if they can continue to go on that track. And how about Carolina? 15-1 in the regular season last year, but losing in the Super Bowl, they're itching for revenge.
This place is loud. These fans are ready, and off we go. The 2016 opener on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in Week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. So here are the defending NFC champs on offense now. They'll be led out by their enigmatic quarterback, the Heisman winner from Baylor. It's Robert Griffin III.
I think sometimes when you've had some rocky days as a starting quarterback in the NFL, people start to focus in on what you can't do or what they perceive you can't do. For Robert Griffin III, I say you remember what he can do and utilize those skills and strengths. I think you've got a legit starting quarterback in the NFL again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Third and long. It's Griffin. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's Jones. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So here are the defending Super Bowl champion Broncos on offense now. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation making his first NFL start. Now the second-year star. This is Todd Gurley. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Todd Gurley, 58 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
the concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Now Mike Nugent for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. Oh, the spin. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 8 yards to go here on second down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Deep drop. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. It's his first career game, and now he has thrown his first career interception.
So let's face it, that's very simply his welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it?
Get it out of the way, right?
Get it out of the way, and he hopes it'll be the last for this game and not too many in his career.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's Griffin finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Vaughn Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. And the catch made by Jerome Simpson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And this is Simpson with a catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. RG3, 51 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they went away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Many doubted Eric Weddle coming out of college, but they don't anymore. One of the best, most versatile safeties in the league.
And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And a bit of a mistake. This is well into the end zone back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing. But now I would look at it and say, we've set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
he would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Play action. It's Griffin. Backing up. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
So ways to go here on 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Griffin. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. So that'll do it for the first quarter as we kick off another season. 14-7 is the score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Oh, he He's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers defense, they make their way back out there now. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down, and they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Off the play, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Room here to run. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
In scouting parlance, if you really like a player, they ask if you're going to pound the table for him. Well, when Todd Gurley came out of Georgia, I stood on a table and did backflips. Even with the knee injury he suffered his last year there, I thought he was one of the best runners I'd seen.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DeAndre Hopkins, 47 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken about the 12. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Robert Griffin III now gears up to lead this offense again. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. Tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Play action. Now Griffin. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd. 3rd and long. It's Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Another carry now for Gurley. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. Nugent on now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. On 2nd down, Griffin. That's caught at the 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, here's Griffin. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Their dangerous wide receiver, now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
All right, here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90!
They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Star Latulele busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Broncos are on the bad end of things at home, but will have 2 quarters to turn it around. The Panthers came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10. Gurley's got great blocking here, and he'd go in for the 58-yard touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Go to early in the first. This run will go off to the left side, and he'll take this 75 yards for the score. Panthers tied up at 7. Broncos with the ball midway through 1. The pass ends up being picked off, and it's Weddle who makes the play for the defensive stop and turnover. Offense out now following the interception. Griffin's going to take off here. He caps off the 7-play drive with the score. The Panthers up by a touchdown. Panthers with it now early in the second. Robert Griffin III finding his mark in coverage, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. That puts them on top by 14. Now 1st and 10. Here we get a quick pass and completion. This play goes for a score, cutting the deficit to 7. Broncos will punt it away, and this long run goes for a touchdown. Lead now at 14. We move late into the second. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and it will be caught for the score. Panthers lead balloons to 21. Staying late in the second. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Bernatson's happy to come away with the pick, ending the drive. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get back to Denver with Brandon and Charles.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 10 yards still left on second down.
Everyone's got four down. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw here. He's got time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin surveying the field. Great protection. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
3 yards to go here on second down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
The one running back is Gurley. He's going to get the football. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now a high kick trying to pin them back. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. It's Sylvester Williams there to bring him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Griffin. He's got time in the pocket. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, You're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's John Ryan now. He's been terrific so far. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's 2nd down.
Green, 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Cameron Hayward in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Tressway now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've got the lead. Time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. Mine is, guys, give us an opportunity.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. He's got time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Star Lotulelei in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Shotgun, he'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And caught by Cameron right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Drop to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And down inside the 15 he goes.
He may have had some offseason foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And now it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll drop to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Hey.
Let's go! They're running with Gurley. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. 3rd down now following the run. Third and 2, now Griffin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. 3rd down now following the completed pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And Cameron has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Again, he'll drop to throw, and he comes back with one complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Single.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw again. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. To throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Holding offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now a and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Panthers, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's an unsuccessful start to the defense of their Super Bowl title as they'll begin 0-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brent.